over the rest of my budget for the month of October. I didn't film the first paycheck because I'm really busy. I finally got a day off, so I do have a lot of cases. I'm a social worker, a lot of complex cases going on right now. Family matters. What else? And, just trying to keep everything clean, keep myself fed while I'm working and helping out everyone both at work and in my personal life. So I finally got some breathing room, and let's go ahead and budget out the month. So I'm gonna budget out my paycheck that I received, or I'm going to be receiving on the 15th, round up October, and then I'm gonna show you guys how September went in terms of my savings rate and what my overall numbers look year to date with all my accounts that I have. So for October, let's go over overspending. I do track pre-tax deductions on YNAB, and Nick True showed me how to do this. He's awesome. His voice kind of reminds me of when I first started YNAB and where I was at that time. It's a little bit nostalgic going back and watching his videos. He recently came out with a new one for targets. Here I usually click reset available amounts. For my pension at $457 next month, it is going to go down to 300 and something dollars, and that would put back into my paycheck another $280 that I haven't had for over a year. I've been purchasing a whole year's worth of service credit. And yeah, so soon I'll have a little bit more money to take home, and I really do need that extra money to prioritize it towards other expenses other than retirement, which is what I've been focusing on for almost 4 years now. So let's go ahead and click on reset available amounts for those categories. For entertainment, I went ahead and purchased two tickets for the Descanso Gardens in Pasadena. I even pulled it up over here so you guys can see it. Isn't this so cool? It's going to be so fun, and specifically for Halloween. I've never been there in any other time, and yay! I also have a wedding coming up this month, and then my birthday's going to be coming up soon too. And I really wanted or needed to take off some of those days. So, on top of like a high workload, it makes it almost, it's not supposed to, but it makes it a little bit more stressful because I want to take time off as well. But I really don't want to push my work onto other coworkers. So I'm just doing it really fast. So entertainment, $90 for that. So I'm gonna cover this with ready to sign. And I did get, I think, over $200 worth of mileage reimbursement for my job as well. Books, I decided to keep Audible. So I had 3 months for Audible. They were charging me 99 cents. I recently listened to the audiobook of a divorce lawyer talking about how usually if you get to the point where you're going into the office of a divorce lawyer, it's kind of like too late already and you can't really do too much about it. But he had some really, I know it's attached to like serious real life issues, but the way he told his stories, it was like entertaining and very insightful, and it really is the little things. I'm not married, but I think it's helpful for anyone just so you guys can so we can understand kind of like what a relationship kind of can be on the good end and on the bad end. So I decided to keep Audible for another 3 months. Right now, it's another promotion at $10.95, and then it's probably going to go up, and then I'm probably going to cancel it after that and wait for another promotion. But I didn't budget for it because I was planning on canceling, even though I didn't because I love that audiobook. Now I do have Hoopla, which has a lot of audiobooks for free, and Spotify Premium as well. And I'm also taking advantage of the Spotify Premium. Hoopla, I need to go into my local library and um, how do you call it? Reactivated it after 3 years, which is, ugh, you see that I'm using it. Why do I have to go into the library? But that's why I love my LA County Library card. I've had it since I was 10, and I could use it whenever I want. I don't have to step into the library at all for that one. So that covers all my overspending, and that leaves me with $2,578. Again, like $200 worth of that was from mileage reimbursement. I haven't budgeted at all for rent though. Usually I do half and half with each paycheck, but the first paycheck of October, I really wanted to have know that some categories other than my rent were covered, and my rent's due on the 15th, so it's fine. Utilities, I budgeted that all. Phone, this covers 3 lines, so that's all budgeted for. I have a good amount in groceries, but let's add another $25 to that. Renter's insurance is covered. Household is usually $100, but honestly, I don't need anything for household. Health, so as you can see, I did spend $31. I also hit my head on company time, okay? I was driving around doing my visits, and I accidentally pulled down the trunk of my car and hit my head. And that was a whole ordeal because that hurt. And all I had was it was Benadryl. All I had was Benadryl. Then I had to go to my parents for something. I was able to snatch a leave from them, and I forgot to take some. When I went to purchase pain medication for myself, I opted for Tylenol. I would feel a little better, then my head would start hurting again. I couldn't sleep a couple days. And then the AC stopped working, and I live in California, but nowhere near like the coastline. So there were days there's like 100 degrees, and my landlord right now is in Armenia. Now I know I could fix it on my own and he probably reimbursed me, but I don't have time for that. Okay. This condo's pretty well insulated, so it wasn't that bad, but it was uncomfortable while I had that little injury on my head. And yeah, so I would take pain medication. It would help a little bit, it'd go away, and then it'd come back. And the last day, I think I had a limited appetite, but I think it was more so because of the Tylenol that I was taking. So I went to urgent care. My landlord told me I have good insurance from Armenia, because I'm trying to communicate with him also that I don't have the AC working. So he was right. I do have insurance. And so I went into urgent care. I like one urgent care specifically, and I drove a whole hour to get to that one. So I got some mileage reimbursement from that as well. And lo and behold, I got better. They gave me the good stuff. I love the doctor that I got. He told me, so because I mentioned something about the internet, looking things up in the internet, and I know doctors hate that. But he was like, so is there any other worries, anything else you read on the internet? But he didn't say it in like a condescending way. He really wanted me to leave without like additional worries or problems, I suppose. But I told him, the reason I didn't come in the first place is because of the internet, okay? All I had was pain. I didn't really have any like like blackouts kind of thing, but it was painful. Ow. And he gave me the good stuff and it worked, and I'm so glad. So with that being said, that's health, and I have a good amount, a healthy amount under health. Usually, I budget out $100 for that one, but I want to see where I stand with the rest of my stuff. So, subscriptions is I have Spotify and Netflix only now. So, that's maybe 30. Oh, it's already funded. Okay, so that's fine. Transportation is funded for the most part. What's my average spend? Average spend 550, 150. Okay, so I covered that. For gifts and giving, I've decided not to share the exact things that I'm spending on under gifts and giving. Just know it covers family support, gifts and giving, and Christmas. But I budgeted that off camera, and you guys can see the numbers. You can see whatever I signed, the activity, and the available. But I don't really want to get into the nitty gritty of how I divide that up. Indubitably, so I added a work from home category because I get to work from home 4 days a week. And whenever I have home visits to do for work, I could leave from home and then just come back from home. And I really enjoyed that because I'm always at home for lunchtime, and I don't have to like carry my 4 bags that I usually do when I go into the office. You know how you have your tumbler, your coffee mug or tea mug in my case, and I have my purse, my lunch bag, and then my laptop bag. It's just too much. It's too much. And so I actually have less dishes if I work from home because I don't have to use all that stuff. It's amazing. So I added this because I wanted to get a mechanical keyboard. I've had the same keyboard that I spent $12 on in since 2020, but I don't know. It's growing on me. It has like it works fine, you know. But I was getting pulled in by the mechanical keyboards videos on TikTok with the nice ASMR typing. But I mean, this is fine. I think I'm gonna keep it. I also, what else did I wanted to get? Oh, I wanted to get a better mouse. Because when you scroll this one, it's a little weird, wonky. You have to get used to it. Yeah, it scrolls in like the opposite direction of the mouses that I usually use. So that's definitely something else. So I'm still gonna keep this because I do work from home, but I already have pretty much everything. I bought my monitor, I bought my standing uh, desk thingy that you could put on top of your table. I have a chair. I have the protective thing for your wrist. Um, Maybe definitely I'll upgrade on the mouse, but that's the one I want to get $26, so it's not too bad. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. So for new phone 1322, I think I skipped last month. I'm too lazy to go back, but 1872 for new computer. Apartment, I'll go ahead and do 50. This is different from household. Apartment is more like decor, like vacuums. Maybe I want to get a robot vacuum in the future, but I don't know. And like appliance kind of stuff. Household items is more for like cleaning. So, wedding, with my last paycheck, I set aside $376 because I still have to get 2 dresses from Rent the Runway. And I have to contribute to the gifts. My boyfriend was kind enough to cover the hotels and yearly membership, the hotel stay. Yearly membership is always zero. I cover that with cash back. I think I'll be good for the wedding though, that's coming up. Clothing, let's round up this to $50. I really enjoy buying clothing that's like made out of linen, natural fibers, and like made with paying workers a livable wage. I think I saw a video of this girl mentioning how clothes are kind of like just light plastics sometimes. So it's really nice when I buy nice clothing, or when I find it at the, oops, hold on, my little earpiece came off, or when I find it at the thrift stores. So yeah, eating out, I am going to add to this one because we're going to Descanso Gardens, and also, oh, I mean, we have the wedding and we're gonna stay in a hotel for 2 nights. So we'll probably need to go out to eat, but I could just grab that from the wedding category, if anything. Shopping, $50, and I have $70 left. Like, what's going on? I guess I have been too busy, even too busy to click submit on my Amazon shopping cart. So for entertainment, okay, we covered that. Makeup, I do want to set aside $20 each month for makeup and $10 for skincare. I just ran out of moisturizer, and I used to use shea butter, 100% shea butter, but I started using another one and I could tell the difference. The other one has more hydration, I guess. Shea butter and I think coconut butter. Those are more of a sealant, so they help keep the moisture that you already have like locked in. But certain moisturizers help actually hydrate your skin, and that's what I've learned so far. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. For travel, I haven't spent anything. I did move everything I had from my month ahead category into travel, so that's why this is a lot of money. But it's because yeah, I'd rather put it under travel than be a month ahead. I don't know if that's irresponsible. Probably. Now, for my Roth. Okay, so how much do I have left? Cash left over from last month. Assign 169.68 to remain on track. Of course. Wait, 169.68. Oops, 68. Brokerage is done. Okay, so that leaves me with $860.44 to put into travel. $860.44. Guys, it's because I really want to go to Japan, and somehow we got the idea of getting first class tickets. This will I don't want to say the only time I'll ever do this, but if we ever go to Japan again, I'm sure we want to do first class. But we're crazy. I'm crazy. The flights alone are probably going to be the most expensive thing of the trip. Yeah, and yeah, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to put down my credit card, get credit card debt, okay, or get some money from my brokerage. I mean, yeah, my brokerage, I have like $20,000 in a like combined with all my brokerage accounts, because I want to have money for a car if I ever do need to get a new car in the future. And I was planning to let the money grow in there, but also if I want to grab from there for travel in 2025, I think I will, because we only get this one life. We don't only live once. I think we can live every single day, and every single day is not once, okay? It's a lot of days. It's not just once. So that's my budget for the month of October. The next thing I want to share was go into my savings rates for September and how that went. So September was a month where I lowered my 457B contribution, trying to get ahead of expenses from, family support, traveling, that wedding, and just starting to live a little, live again. I live close to LA. There's so many events all the time. And last month, I think we went to the Hollywood Bowl. And you know what? This month, we're going to the gardens in Pasadena and a wedding. And so for 57B, you can see it really went down, and I think it's gonna go down even more. So 1200 was for August, 923 in September, and expected in October it's gonna be about $600. So I'm cutting that by half, and I'm okay with that. And at the same time, my overall savings rate was still about 30%, mainly because I'm putting a lot of money into the pension, and I do count pension contributions because the money sky says I can, and I really like their philosophy and how they look at everything. For my cash so far year to date, I actually have $12,284 in my cash accounts. Fidelity is a brokerage account, so I have 3523 in there, $3,523. M1 Finance, I put $17 into there every month for my nephew, and I've done that for a couple of years, and now it's at 713. Yeah. Vanguard is my Roth IRA and my brokerage account. I think there's like $46,000 in my Roth IRA, and the rest is the brokerage, but overall it's $61,000 there. 457B, it's $126,363 there. And I invest whatever I have in my brokerage accounts, it's always a Vanguard fund. Yeah. I think the only individual stock I invest in is Costco. Well, I know it's Costco. So pension, year to date, the cash value of my pension is $56,496. My car, I'll leave at 9,000 now. It's getting mileage, and credit cards. I have $2,346 to owe, but I always pay it at the end of the month. So with that, that leaves my investments at $191,000. It fluctuates, so I have seen it go up all the way to 194,000. So close to $200,000 invested in the market, not counting my pension, and I think that's kind of pretty cool. There's a difference from the end of 2023 of $57,240 with 30 cents, increase of about 21% overall. And now we can go into my little Coast FI chart. So I got the Coast FI chart from Control Freak. She got the, what was it? The equation from just Googling AI with like the AI thing, and she got it from there, and she posted it under one of her videos, and I got it too. But the only thing I changed is my rate of return right now in this little chart. It's calculated as 6%, and my safe withdrawal rate at 5%, because I've been listening to some podcasts, okay, and I know everything. So this just takes account what's invested here. So if I started having to take out money from my investments, today I could take out $9,570 yearly, so that's about $797 of passive income. If I left it alone and retired at 49, I'd have $24,000 yearly, $2,000 a month. 52, 28,000, 55, 34,000, 51,000, just on my investments alone. So what this tells me is that I have hit my Coast Fire number, because yeah, I would not be working past 62 if it were up to me. My ideal, of course, is 49. And the reason I say Coast FI is because it's not just my investments, I do have my pension. So at 49, I'd have 24,000 for my investments, 20,000 for my pension. which would be 45,000 a year or 3,755 years monthly, which is what I pretty much spend right now. And to be honest, if that's what I'm spending now, that's including a lot of gifts and giving, a lot of driving because of my work, and some travel. So I traveled 3 times this year, two for family and one for fun. And it was very short trips. And that's what I'm averaging as spending so far at 3,755. So to me, I've hit coast fire for 49, just taking all these factors into account. And if I don't contribute anything more to my investments, actually at 62, I'd have more than enough for me. Of course, living a regular life. Now, taking into account the fact that in our last years, we need to go into skilled nursing care facilities or nursing homes or whatever it may be. I told my nephew that he doesn't need to worry, that he just needs to make sure that they're cleaning me well when I go to the bathroom. I don't want to have rashes. But that's all I ask. That's all I ask him to do is like just make sure they clean me well and bring me a taco every now and then. So I think 62, I'd be good. I don't think I'd be spending $6,949 a month, but I would definitely save it for when I, hit my assisted living years. And that's why I was comfortable with lowering my savings rate, and I think it's still a pretty high savings rate. And right now, I'm comfortable with my spending, even though it's been higher than the past 4 years. If I want to go retire in Mexico, 53% there, and to retire in the US, 30% there, with an average salary of 39,000, round that up. That's it for October, I think. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.